Hey guys, everyone. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Dark Spider David. Hey guys, back again with another review. Continuing with the DC Direct Watchmen figures, here I have my purchases from Series 2. The Comedian and Dr. Manhattan. Alright, so here we have the figures. I'm going to start with Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan is the most simplistic figure out of the entire Watchmen DC Direct line. The entire figure line. He's very simple. He's got almost absolutely no detail at all. But what he lacks in detail, he makes up in great sculpt. I mean, they really have to study the human body very well in order to get this down. He looks very accurate. Even his face looks quite a bit like Billy Crudup, who plays Dr. Manhattan in the movie. Looks quite accurate. He even got the atomic symbol right there. I can't remember what chemical or what form of atom it was. I'm not entirely sure. His legs are articulated. He could bend at the knee. He could rotate on top right here at the leg. However, the leg is molded in this way, so it's gonna swivel in a diagonal direction, which kind of sucks, but it's all right. He's got arm articulation. You could go inwards and outwards, up and down. It could bend at the elbow. One thing that I really hate about this figure is the fact that his arms are stuck in this oh god position, but then again, that is what Dr. Manhattan is supposed to do, so I can look past that. One thing that I love about the arms is the fact that it's on a ball joint, but the ball joint almost cannot be seen unless you rotate it all the way up right here, and you see it right there. You see the little hinge right there. But other than that, it's almost concealed. I love it when they do that with figures. And his head could rotate 360 degrees, and it could tilt slightly up and down. That's pretty much it. I mean, he's a pretty good figure. Got great sculpt, great, posability. Well, at least for the DC Direct figures. And he looks pretty good. One thing that I really like about Dr. Manhattan that surprised me quite a bit when I first saw a review of him is the fact that he comes with an accessory, but that accessory kind of serves as a gimmick for him. What is the gimmick? Well, oh my god, I split him in half. Let me take his legs here. He comes with a second set of legs that are completely still. They're almost like the half of a statue, but they're completely still and they're positioned in this, godlike position or stance. What you do with the legs is simply fit them in where the others were, and now you could have that, frame from the trailer or from the movie where he barely recombines 100% completely, and he's in what was it? It was a cafeteria, yeah. He reconstructs in the cafeteria and he suddenly goes boom like that, and his big blue banana hammock is everywhere. But he is in this position, and that is what the legs are for. He comes with this translucent base here, and you can simply slide the base into his feet like so. And then there's a hole at the bottom of the base, and simply fit the hole into one of the pegs on his base. Let me get the best way to put the best place to put the peg for him to be in this stance right here is for the peg to be right in the center of the base. Like that. Fit it into the hole. Hold on a sec. It's kind of tough. I don't know why, but they molded these things a little disproportionate, and it's kind of tough to get them standing on the base with the peg inside it. But there we have Dr. Manhattan in his godlike form or stance. He looks pretty good. He almost looks like a statue, but he looks like one of those very, detailed, very well constructed statues that they sell for like $100 or something like that. But he looks awesome. He's great. A little bit surprised too. His plastic is very durable. The plastic they use for the figure is extremely sturdy, and it just feels like if you're gonna smack him on the table, he's not really gonna break that much. You might get him scratched, but he's not really gonna break all that badly. Alright, so next we got the Comedian / Edward Morgan Blake. It's kind of ironic how his name has the word Morgan in it, while the actor who plays him is Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Same name, Morgan. Comedian, he's got an awesome costume. Very well detailed, very accurate to what we see in the movie. We even got the red, white, and blue shoulder pads, even with the little star right there. The paint applications for the shoulder pads are awesome, as well as the actual costume. It feels nice, looks very gritty and very stylized, quite cool. He's got articulation here in the elbow, in the arm. One cool thing about the arm is the fact that when you move the arm up and down and inwards and outwards, the shoulder pad will move along with it. The shoulder pads are slightly attached with a small piece of rubber plastic, so when you move the arms inwards and outwards, they're going to move along with it, which is kind of cool. It does not limit the mobility at all. He's got, like I said, he's got great detail, great articulation. He even got a boot swivel, which is what Night Owl didn't have and what I wanted him to have. His head could turn 360 degrees, or at least I think I could. Yeah, but it's kind of, you kind of have to force it a little bit, and you can have a little tilt action there, tilt to the left, to the right, and move up and down. He's got great, like I said, great detail. Though I don't like, they did include the smiley face right there. I'm gonna have some trouble putting this on the camera. However, the smiley face doesn't look like the actual real smiley face button that we see in the movie, as was the comic book. I don't know, it just looks bland and bootleg. He's got a cigar, which is totally Edward Blake right there. He's even got the scar that he got from somebody who told him to be a man and take responsibility. He's got the gray hairs. One thing that I don't like is the fact that his face kind of looks a little inaccurate, but that's just me nitpicking. Like I said, great articulation. He even feels sturdy. He feels like a great action figure. Looks awesome. He comes with 2 guns. Each gun is exactly the same as the other. They have a little smiley face, which is a little more accurate to the one that we see in the movie as well as the comic book. And it even has small notations on each side. The notations are probably too small for the camera to even pick up, trust me. But I did manage to use my mom's bifocal glasses, and I managed to read them. One of them says, "To Edward Blake with gratitude." That's one on this side. And on the other side, it says, "Richard Nixon, 1979. You can't fit the guns into his hands. However, you kind of have to mess around with the index finger. You're going to have to be careful so it doesn't break. But you do have to squeeze it in there and kind of get the index finger to fit into the trigger. Let's see if I could put on both of them. Alright, so here we have the comedian with his guns in his hands. He's got that make my day Dirty Harry kind of pose, which is kind of cool. I mean, that's what he's supposed to have. One thing that I don't like though is the fact that his arms are kind of anchored in some way around the wrist area. It's kind of like this. I don't like that. You know, it's really hard to even position him in a gun shooting pose such as like this. You can swivel the wrist so he's kind of shooting sideways like the gangsters do, but still, I don't know. But then again, this is just me nitpicking once more. So, hold on, let me get this guy back on his little stand here. There you go. Alright, so I give Dr. Manhattan an 8.3 out of 10, which is a B-, because even though he's a pretty good figure, he actually surprised me with his durability, his sculpt, his little gimmick here with his extra legs. Still, he's kind of bland and very simplistic. As for the comedian, I give him an 8.5 out of 10. B. I kind of like the character, you know, he's not my favorite, he's done some pretty bad things. But still, you know, he's a great figure, great representation of the character, awesome. It's completely awesome, both of these guys. Now, before I end this review, I'm going to go ahead and connect all 4 figures that I've done and see how they look like all combined. So, give me a sec. Alright, so here I have my entire collection, Night Owl and Rorschach from Series 1, and the Comedian and Dr. Manhattan from Series 2. So like I said, if you're a fan of Watchmen, or if you're a fan of the DC Direct figures, or if you're a fan of the graphic novel, or the movie, whatever you might be a fan of, I say pick these guys up. Even though they got quite a few flaws, they're still nice display pieces, they're awesome. That's strictly what they're meant to be for. You know, they're DC Direct figures, they're meant for display purposes mostly, so if you're into playability, I'm going to have to say that you're probably going to be disappointed by this line, but if you're into collecting, if you're into Watchmen, if you're into graphic novels, action figures, display pieces, stuff like that, then I recommend these figures. So that's it for this review, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you did, and I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you around.